Growing Up Animal is a Disney docu-series made for the whole family. I don't believe there would be anything too upsetting for the kiddos. Each episode is around 45 minutes long, and there are a total of 6 episodes. Each of these episodes focuses on a different animal. It goes from their time in the womb to when they have their first big adventure. And here is a breakdown of each episode. Episode 1, A Baby Grizzly Story. 2 bear cubs' extraordinary journeys from the womb to the wild. Episode 2, A baby sea lion's epic journey from womb to her first ocean adventure. Episode 3, A baby elephant story. A baby elephant's incredible journey from womb to her first epic trek. Episode 4, A wild dog story. The remarkable journey of 2 wild dog pups from womb to the savannah. Episode 5, A baby chimp story. A baby chimpanzee's magical journey from the womb to the wild. And lastly, Episode 6, A baby lion story. A lion cub's magical journey from the womb to the wild. Let's start off by pointing out that this documentary is for the family, the whole family. So what does that mean? Well, that means if you're someone like me who is with no children, all adults in the family, and you're watching this documentary and you're expecting what you saw when you were a kid in the 70s and 80s, that's when I grew up. These awful murder show documentaries. It's not going to be like that. Not that bad. I mean, those shows back in the 70s and 80s, they had a rule of like, show them to the kids completely on Channel 5 after 5 p.m. And if you were a kid unfortunate enough to tune into that, you're like, ah! If you're wanting that level of detail, the detail of the hunt and the killing and all the suffering and stuff that you see in those nature shows back in the day, they're not going to have it in this one. It's not about that. In fact, this show, in my opinion, can be a little bit frustrating. Watch this clip.
Today, Kip, Kaya, and their siblings will join the hunt. They'll get to watch Mom and Dad in action, but they'll still have ringside seats as Coco shows them exactly how it's done. The impala is down.
Come on, guys.
Coco calls over her pups.
For example, in this African dog episode, they build up this hunt and they say these dogs are incredibly worked together like little soldiers and they can take down, they have like 85% success rate when it comes to the hunt. Like, that's crazy. Lions are like at 35% success rate. So I want to see, they show them starting to hunt and then all of a sudden they caught it. It's like, how did those guys take down that huge animal? I want to see it. I was a bit frustrated by that. However, I get it. This is for the whole family, so it's forgivable. But just know, if you want to see that kind of stuff or see more detail on how the hunt works, you're going to be frustrated. But no worries, you can simply YouTube that stuff and see all that you want. Another thing that proves that this show is more for the family age or the kids. The narrator, Tracy Ellis Ross, is a famous actress on Blackish. I never saw it, but apparently she's in that show. She won awards. But she narrates in a very friendly, kind, speaking slowly voice.
Every time the dogs wake, it's the same joyful greeting ritual. Close contact and constant communication tie the pack together, building the fierce loyalty that gets them through the tough times.
Through all the episodes that I watched, I kept seeing one common theme of social animals. Every member protected and cared for each other. Every member, especially with the dogs, were willing to die for one another. Their members were not playing power games, nor using one another as a means to an end. Their members were not collecting all the resources and enslaving others for their own benefit. And this is what I learned from this docuseries. In summary, Growing Up Animal is a wonderful docuseries. It is censored quite a bit, but that's okay. It's for the kids. It's to introduce them. It's educational. The voiceover, nice, soft, easy to understand, easy to follow, very clear on what they're saying. Also, whoever worked on this docuseries did a wonderful job collecting footage. They have footage, you know, those cameras with a far zoom, I assume is what they did. It's really impressive that they caught this footage. They even have footage of animals in the room. Great shot, great putting together a story for each little subcategory, for each animal, so you can kind of follow their struggles and see what they went through, and then hoping that they win and do well. If I had kids, I would definitely set them down in front of this to learn about nature, and then we could talk about other things. Check it out, Growing Up Animal. But hey guys, you don't have to stop here. There's other reviews I have of other movies and life lessons from them, one right up here or one right up here.